and welcome to Lety Does Playing Lone Wolf, the Huntress, Quelling of the Flame, Part 7. So I filmed parts 5 through 8 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip that you're watching marks the beginning of Part 7. If you haven't seen Part 6 yet, you should probably go check that out first, and you can find the link for that over in this video's PeerTube description. Let's get started. Nice! That's not bad, actually. 15 out of 20. Okay, not bad at all. Let's go to 12. Farisia leads you to a large stone room, its far wall blocked by a tangle of hanging vines thicker than your arm. In the middle of the room sits a small two-person sailboat. It is a double outrigger so that the primary deck with its furled sails sits on top of two lateral floats. You have seen such things before, racing down the Tentarias and other major waterways of the south. Strange place for a boat, you observe. Are we planning on pushing it all the way to the swamps? Farisia's grin is like that of a child with a secret. Get up, and when I give the order, release the sails. Oh, and hold on, Farisia says. Then mounts at the front of the craft where a thin pedestal stands to chest height. Upon it is set a smooth crystal ball. She places both hands on the crystal and closes her eyes. A vibrant humming begins to echo around the cave. It is good that Farisia warned you to hold on, for the craft shakes and then does the impossible. It lifts off the stone and pushes through the curtain of vines, moving faster and faster until... "Release the sails!" Farisia cries. You rip away the cord, holding them shut just as the ship bursts out of the cave into open air. Then you are airborne and are rising higher until the city of Dalavoo is reduced to the size of an anthill. You grip the mast and try to figure out where you can look that will not turn your stomach. We will be at the Serpent swamp by nightfall, Farisia calls, over the whipping wind. Then we begin our hunt for the wandering keep. Turn to 105. Okay. We've got a flying ship? Interesting. Sure. And she's controlling it via a crystal ball? Okay. Yeah. Sure. Alright. So we're looking for the Wandering Keep, huh? I don't believe I gained anything. $105. Farisia calls the craft a Vaka'ma, pronouncing it as two syllables. Vaka'ma. The sun sets and the moon rises as the Vaka'ma flies to the southeast, passing over wide grasslands and then thick jungle on its way towards the Serpent swamp, a distant expanse of tree and mist. The night is clear, and soon you forget your fear of flying and become lost in the experience of sailing through a starlit sky. The moon is a great circle, so full and brilliant that you feel as though the eye of the goddess Ashir looks upon you. We'll head for the river and follow its course south, Farisia says. We'll get a good sense of the area and mark a place to... She has not finished speaking when the Vaka'ma lurches. Then it begins to shake nastily, listing towards the center of the swamp. "We're getting pulled in!" Farisia cries. Barely have the words been spoken when the Vaka'ma jerks downwards, plummeting for the treetops. If you have Yenver's ledge catch, turn to 122. Otherwise, turn to 50. I do not have that. I have not acquired it. No ledge catch? Yeah. Okay. Let's go to 50 then. Okay. Awesome. Seconds before the Vaka'ma strikes the trees, Farisia grabs you and leaps from the craft. You are spun so that you face the moon. Ishir's light reaches out for you, but it has no powers to halt your fall. Yet Farisia's grip is strong. She pulls you close. Her amber eyes meet yours, and in them you read a clear message. I will not let go. Farisia hits the ground first, taking the worst of the fall, though you feel the impact shiver up your spine. Together you roll through the mud, sending unseen denizens of the swamp screeching and croaking into the night. At last you come to a halt, bruised but not broken. Lose 3 endurance. You push yourself up on the gnarled root of a balabo, a water tree, then extend a hand to Farisia. Groaning, black with mud, Farisia takes it. Nothing broken, she says, prodding various points on her body, except... Farisia walks to where the Vaka'ma has crashed down through the trees. Its mast has split in 2, and the sails have been ripped away. She won't fly again, she says, but I think she'll still float. The river is not far. If we want to cross, I saw a watchtower on the other side of it. Could provide good shelter for the night. Before you can say anything, a light appears through the trees. It is small, distant, but in the dark it shines like a beacon. It flickers on and off as it passes in front of the trees and rocks. You point it out to Farisia. No one lives here, she whispers. It could be a fool's beckoning. Spirits that wish to lead us into a bog pit and drown us. Maybe it's the keep, you say, allowing a small flicker of hope to enter your voice. Consult the map at the front of the book. Right now, you are about halfway to the Serpent's mouth, on the westward side of the river. From here on out, you will find that certain sections have bolded location names. If one seems suspicious to you, note its name and section number. It is in one of these places that the keep will eventually appear, though to decipher which one you will need to find clues hidden throughout the swamp. Keep your eyes open, explore thoroughly, and take good notes, and the secret of the swamp will become clear. If you wish to attempt to follow the light, turn to 136. If you wish to attempt to cross the river and head for the tower Farisia saw, turn to 193. Okay. I'm not following random bog lights. Like, even if this isn't a magical world, bogs are notoriously deceptive. Like, you have to be so careful around bogs because they make weird noises. And there's weird lights, and then there's, like, gases that can kill you, and... yeah. Why would the fantasy bogs be any different? And if the witch has been out here so long, why would they have a random light? Then again, the last time that I was in a tower, I was Tetha, and someone tried to push me out of it. To my death. I think they succeeded at first, and I died once. I'll look at the map in a second. First, let's do -3 EP. Very unfortunate. I just literally got this back. And let's go to the tower. I'm looking for something called the Wandering Keep, right? Or I'll make my decision on that in a second. Let me look at the map. Okay. Map. We are at halfway. We are halfway to the Serpent's Mouth on the westward side. So we are on this side. Here's the Serpent's Mouth. We are... Okay, so we came from here. No, we didn't. Here's the Serpent's Swamp. So that means Dalbu's up here? Okay. I don't think I need this right now. But the point is, we are somewhere here-ish. Alright, well that's the watchtower? This one's just called Hag Lake. That looks very promising. Standing stones. This is empty looking. I don't know if this was intentional, but these trees are bigger than these trees. And of course they're different from these palm tree looking things. These ruins of Taz Inc. look very interesting as well. So right now my options are... Follow the light or cross the river. So either we attempt to go here, or we go into the jungle? We're just going straight into the jungle. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing. This is called the Serpent Swamp. And I know there's snakes in it. And it's nighttime, right? Because there's... Yeah, it's nighttime. Are we really gonna go into the jungle at night? Then again, I'm looking for the bog witch, and it says the bog is right here. It's across the way from the watchtower. Maybe I can just cross the water, go here, and then go there? Fens. I don't like this misty veil. Misty is suspicious. This is called the Fingers. That's suspicious too. Okay. Well, I don't really want to cut through the jungle. So I guess we'll take the grassland to the watchtower. Maybe. Keep your eyes open, take good notes, and the secret of the swamp will become clear. Or it won't, because I'm gonna mess this up. Okay. Let's go 193. And then that's go to tower. And then before I go ahead and do that, let me take Shaggy the dog out for a little pee. I really should have let him out before I started, but you know, he's like a bajillion years old, so I can't anticipate him. I'll be right back. I have returned. Go to sleep now. Let me get back in position. Alright. What was I doing? Okay. Ah, my pants are stuck. Alright. Let's see. We needed to go right to the tower. I hope I don't regret this. This is an important decision. Oh, opposite. I mean, not opposite. I put this in the wrong place again. Oops, oops. Alright, let's go to the tower. 193. It is not far to the river, and the Vaka'ma pushes easily through the soft earth. Together, you and Farisia shove it into the dark, mud-glutted waters, and leap aboard. The current eases you to the opposite shore. Farisia stands at the pedestal, blue steel sword out and glowing, her eyes scanning the darkness for rocks. You stand by the mast, looking back at the receding moors, wondering what the light was and how many mysteries this swamp holds. All of these thoughts are pushed aside when you spot a large shape rising slowly out of the water behind the Vaka'ma. "Look there!" Farisia shouts, and you spin around, startled to where she is pointing with her blade, towards the approaching shoreline. The moon illuminates the outline of a lonely tower, standing out among twisted trees, perhaps a quarter of a mile off the shore. We turn back to the water, but the shape is gone. Perhaps it was only a trick of the moonlight falling on one of the many boulders jutting from the river. Even so, you keep your hand near your own weapon for the rest of the journey, and when you do reach the other shore, you are fast to dismount and help Farisia pull the Vaka'ma away from the water's edge, securing it with a rope to a stump. Farisia stops to remove the crystal sphere from its pedestal, slipping it into her backpack, and then you set off for the tower. Turn to 243. Okay. Well, nothing bad happened yet. I wonder if that's supposed to imply that we're being followed? Followed by something? Or maybe it's a giant snake, like in the back of the book. I hope we're not. I don't think I have the capability to take on a giant snake. I could barely defeat a dog. Okay. A horned stygia, a broad-winged owl with a face as somber as a judge and sweeping sideburns of feathers, watches you silently from the curling branches of a nearby balabo tree as you approach the tower. Farisia lets out a sigh of relief when she finds the door is unlocked. It is cool and dry inside, and Farisia reignites her sword to look around. There are 4 floors and an accessible rooftop, each floor connected to the last via a staircase that spirals around the tower's inner wall. You find supplies including rope and pin, and 2 torches, all backpack items which take up 2 spaces each. And the 4th floor holds sleeping quarters. The beds are dressed with fine sheets and thick wool blankets, and even have feather-stuffed pillows. Everything is a little damp and beset with mildew, but still looks remarkably serviceable. Farisia must feel as exhausted as you, for without bothering to set a watch, she collapses on one of the beds. You soon follow suit on your own bed and drift into dreams. In them, you are surrounded by silent, staring people you do not know, their expressions as serious as the Stygia. You want to move, to flee their unblinking judgment, but your limbs are heavy as iron. You awake to the sun pouring in through the tower's windows. Perhaps it is the lingering sense of the dream, but the light seems to have little power to lift the gloom of the tower. Farisia is already awake, sitting on the edge of her bed, eating a breakfast of hard cheese and fruit. Strange dreams? She asks. Me too. You were in mine. We were fighting something. I can't fully remember now. The sight of the food makes your own stomach grumble. You must now eat a meal or lose 3 endurance from your current and maximum endurance. You may also use a healer's kit if you have one. The passage of time. On your action chart is a clock with 8 segments. Each of these segments represents a portion of the day. During the journey, you will be told when to shade in a segment. When you have shaded in all 8, you stop your exploration and return to the tower, as it is too dangerous to search at night in the swamp. Finish the section you are on and then turn to 228. Make note of this section number below the clock so you do not forget. Beware, the kunai parasite is growing inside of you and you have limited time to complete your quest. It is now day 1. If you wish to begin your search by heading east, turn to 15. If you would prefer to cross the river to the west in the Vaka'ma, turn to 218. Or if you suggest spending some time scouting the land from the top of the tower, turn to 5. Okay, so I don't have a meal. And that means I'm going to lose 3 EP. So let's use up our healer's kit. Yeah, so if we lose the 3, that means 9. We have to lose it from our max. Oh shit, I have to lose it from the max. Okay. That's not good. Probably should have taken a meal. I think this time, this is really what's going to screw me over. Because now I only have 17 max. And I've missed 2 meals already. And then, because I missed the meal, this would be a 9. So, should I do the 8 on the healer's kit to make it the full 17? I feel I should. So that means I have 2 charges left on my healer's kit. This is so bad. I'm gonna die a lot of times. Hopefully I won't need to, like, restart from the beginning. Minus 3p plus 8 EP. Or am I supposed to write healer's kit minus 2 charge? Healers. Ah, for fuck's sake. I wrote this backwards. Stop it, stop it. Stop it. Do a good job. There? I think that makes sense. Okay. Right. Then it wants me to go here to my time counter. It wants me to turn to 2:28 when I shade in all 8. Okay. And the parasite is growing inside of me. So it's day 1. What are we gonna do day 1, huh? We are at, so we made it to the tower. We are there now. Our ship can't fly, but it can float. So, yes. Oh, I just realized the rope and kittens. No. Maybe instead of the fire seed, I should have made a glow bottle. Oh well, too late now. Ha ha ha. Hopefully we don't need to worry about that. Let's take a look. In a book, reading rainbow. Okay. To the east, if this is where we are, then to the east is the fens. If we go directly across, it's the wetlands forest. Also where the bog is. Also Hag Lake. And we can also scout the land from the top of the tower. Okay. I don't know if scouting the land will waste me time or not. I wonder if it's a bad thing. I mean, I would want to scout. Not if it wastes time, though. 8 slots, huh? Okay, let's scout. I'm not stupid. Page 5. Section 5. The roof is dizzyingly high up, and the line of stones, crenellations, that once made a railing around its edge have been worn down to almost nothing. Farisia boldly moves to the eastern edge of the roof, leaning over it in a way that makes your knees weak. In one hand, she holds the crystal sphere she recovered from the Vaka'ma. The sphere is responding to something out there, she says. The spheres use magic to attune to their users. I think that's what pulled us into the swamp in the first place, a strong source of magic. As she finishes speaking, the orb lights up again with a bright pulsing. For several minutes it stays lit up while Farisia studies the landscape, and you swear under the glaring sun. There's something to the east, she concludes. The orb cannot pinpoint it. It may be weaker magic than I thought. Or, and here excitement touches her voice, it might be moving. Fill in one time slot, then decide what you are going to do. If you have a decoction of God's sight in which to use it, turn to 240. If you wish to explore the fens east of the tower turn to 15. If you wish to cross the river to the west in the Vaka'ma, turn to 218. Okay. So, I need to fill in a time slot. That sucks. But, you know, now we know that there's something to the east. We gotta go to 15. Oh, too much. Still too much. The fens are flat and riddled with muck-filled pools and hidden mud sinks broken up by islands of balabo trees, which greedily spread their log-sized roots through the water. There is a path of sorts across these roots, and some of the trees are marked by deep cuts, trail signs left by an unknown person. They are arrows, all of them pointing to the east, where the fens continue. To the west is a watchtower. Flying all around you are clouds of biting and stinging insects drawn to the smell of your sweat. Unless you have massage oil and apply it now, remember to gain the healing benefit, or a fire seed and use it to chase them away, lose your endurance as you cross through this area. Fill in one time slot. Then you can follow the trail sign to the north by turning to 204, or if you have not already been to the watchtower and wish to head there now, turn to 8. I do have a fire seed. 2 endurance for a fire seed. Is that worth it? They do 4 damage, right? At the start of combat. Let's use it, I guess. Yeah, let's use it. I don't want to waste any more. Used 1 fire seed. Let's go over here, put a little check. Now I don't need to lose the 2 EP. Then let's go north, because we just came from the watchtower to our west. Oops. I was marking down the section. I wanted to write the word north. Okay. Awesome. Now, let's go there. You come to a copse of close-knit vegetation which is thriving under the protective cover of a rare grouping of balabo trees, usually seen singularly. Their leaf-laden branches provide a thick cover from the elements, and you take a welcome rest there. A tall, thick stone sits like a misshapen signpost in the middle of the clearing. Hidden by layers of caked bird droppings are arrows pointing in the 4 cardinal directions, with strange scratches and markings underneath each. It is a crossroads. Written in red paint on the center of the signposts are words that have nothing to do with directions. Seek ye the witch? Then take my advice. Where witches travel, only death thrives. South and east both lead out into the thick fens. North you can see rocks jutting out of the earth at odd angles like broken teeth, and to the west lies the river. fill in 1 time slot. Then, if you have the Art of Thieves' touch, you can read those markings. To do so, turn to 40. If you wish to travel south, turn to 15. If you decide to venture out east, turn to 106. Or you can explore west towards the river, turn to 76. Or to the north, turn to 81. Well, if I took a little rest there, then surely I should be able to heal myself, right? Oh wait, hold on. Was I supposed to fill in another time slot? Oh, I don't know why I just... I didn't mark it. Hold on. Time slot. I don't know if I'm supposed to be on 2 or 3. So give me 1 moment to go back to my last. I think I was. Yes. So I'm supposed to be on my 3rd time slot. So, time slot. This is progressing quickly. Oh no. I don't know. The time slots are kind of giving me anxiety. Okay, and then let's see. Farisia said there was something in the east, so I don't know if we have to keep going east, but we haven't found anything yet, so maybe we should just keep going east. I'm trying to find this page. Not useful. Well, there's the standing stones. So just deeper into the fens, I guess. We're already here. I can't read the markings, so let's go east. 106. If you have ever had in this adventure a voyage stone, turn back to 204. If not, continue reading. Leaving the clearing, you try to forge a path east, but quickly run into difficulty. The balabos are not the only trees here. Others encroach on their territory, forming a forest of warring plant life rising out of the knee-deep waters. There is no trail markers and no trail. Every few steps, you or Farisia stumble into a hidden pothole, dunking you up to your chest in the cold, arid-smelling waters. Your only companions are buzzing bloodsuckers who hungrily swarm around you. Crossing the fen requires filling in 2 time slots. If it is day 2, it takes 3. If you have Cat's Step or the Brand of Wisdom, reduce this cost by 1. If you have knowledge of the path, reduce it by 2. When you finished filling in the time slots, turn to 134. I do have the Brand of Wisdom, right? That's the one I went for. I do have the Brand of Wisdom, but does that only count if it's day 2? I think these are separate thoughts. Also, do I have knowledge of the path? No, I don't. Okay. So 1 time slot. We're halfway already. This is bad. Is it bad? I don't know. Okay. 134. Okie dokie. So I filmed parts 5 through 8 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip that you're watching marks the end of part 7. So stay tuned for part 8. That's all I got for you for now. Get out there, do all the stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!